Anyway, we go to the starting grid as there's 4 or 5 red lights. There's lights out and away we go as Protein Group has jumped the start, so he will have a drive-through penalty for the race. Lord Mojave keeps P1, Oscar actually keeps P2, Oreo and Apex are going to go side by side, and I think Keith is wanting to have a look at it. He's going to go around the outside of Apex maybe. Apex has a snap, and he's down 2P6, overtaken by both the Ferraris. Not the start he would have wanted here. We will have a look at the tyre. There's Aiden is in the wall. There's an Alpine in the wall on the hard tyres, which is not going to help him. As we will go back to the front as Lord Mojave is running away with this at the moment. 7th gap, and Oscar Piastri goes 8th gap to Oreo Cat. Will these two run away and have a battle of their own? We look at everyone is on hards except the two Haas's who are starting on the medium, so they will try to get that undercut, as there is a big battle at the back between Chicken Lord and Clammy Kid. As Clammy Kid is going to go down the inside at turn 10, doesn't get the exit as Chicken Lord gets the better traction out of the corner. Sorry, no, it was Keith, completely missed it, but Keith has overtaken Oreo Cat into P4, or P3, sorry. And he's deploying all the battery to get it into Oscar Piastri goat. I think he really wants to make it back-to-back wins as Aiden has boxed onto new softs, I believe. There's a lot of battling going back down here between Com United and Sonny Bray. Sonny Bray goes down the inside at turn number 10, has a bit of a snap. Com United gets the better traction and he will get away. But here comes Sonny Bray with that DRS as Guga picks up a 3-second time penalty now. Everyone is picking up those penalties and it's going to be quite quick. As we see, Chicken Lord has overtaken Sonny Bray. He's going to go try and extend it on Com United and the Red Bull. Com United does get his elbows out. The Mercedes just stays behind the Red Bull as Sonny Bray is even looking at a go. But chooses better over, waits for a better opportunity. Sprinter Google has actually closed in on Oreo Cat. Because Oscar Piastri gets a 3-second and Oreo Cat gets a 3-second. Oreo Cat has spun it and he hits the wall. He has hit the wall and he is just stranded in the middle of nowhere. Luckily there is ghosting on, so no one will be able to hit him. No safety car by the looks of it, as he has got damage and has fallen all the way down to P12. Maybe they're going to try and work together to catch the likes of Keith Respondix, as he's going to go. Sorry, I just completely missed it. Oscar Piastri has made a move into P1 as Keith dives down the other side of Lord Mojave, pushes him wide. Lord is going to push him back wide again. Keith's going to get the better exit and moves up into P2, and Oscar Piastri has built a big gap of 1.6 seconds and he's going to try and run away with it now. Hold on. I don't know if you guys have seen that too, but it is now raining here in Montreal. It is going to be really interesting. Oscar Piastri is keeping it nice and clean up into P1. As I say that, he has a bit of a mistake and Keith gets a 3-second penalty. Guga gets a 3-second, Aiden gets a 10-second for speed in the pit lane, and Aiden has retired in the pits. It is still only the two drivers as Lord Mojave makes a move into turn 11 and 12, up into P2. Keith is trying to go around the outside, which is going to turn into the outside and then turn into the outside, which is confusing. Down the inside of turn 1, and he's going to try and go around the outside of Lord Mojave into turn 2. Who's going to get the better exit? They look like they go for the same. Apex is snapping in the background. Through and side by side into turn 3. Keith decides to back out. He's going to get the better exit. Lord Mojave has spun it into Keith. Oh no, that is not what we want to see. As Lord Mojave has also spun it as well. Guga's up into P3. Apex up into P2. This is looking even more and more comfortable for Oscar Piastri as Lord has spun it, Keith has spun it. I don't know if they got damage. Sonny Bray has retired. We unfortunately cannot see that. That's a VSC, a virtual safety car, has come out here in Montreal. Are we going to see some drivers pit? As Oscar Piastri does pit, it's probably going to go to the intermediate tyres. Apex is speeding up. Believe he is also going to pit. I think everyone's going to pit. The V-Carb are double stacking. Apex is got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Nobody wants to stay. Lord Mojave stays out. Everyone else is piling into the pits. Lord Mojave has decided to stay out. Is that going to hurt him in the long run? Everyone else is on the inters, and this looks like it is inters conditions at the moment later on in the season. As Keith goes down the inside of Lord, and Lord's going to get his elbows out, and he's going to push him wide. There could be a penalty incoming for either one of them. I don't know whose fault it is, but they both look like to racing incident. We'll call it a racing incident. The Sprinter Google's going to try and play the team game and hold up. Lord Keith has gone down the inside of Lord Mojave. Lord is going to try the switchback, and he's going to get it done as Keith tries to block him off. Lord is... I don't know what Lord's trying to do. He's doing Lord things. As Lord has taken back P5. This is a really good battle between these two. As Keith decides to back out of it, as that gap was starting to close quite quickly, and he would have been put on the wall. Meanwhile, Clammy Kid has caught up to the back of this fight. In P7, it's not the race he would have wanted either, I don't think. But maybe he can claim another couple positions. As Lord Mojave goes quite slow into turn 8 and 9, Keith is going to get the move on him. Makes it a Ferrari 3-4. Right on with Guga, who's caught up within a second. Is he going to... Protein Group has retired. 3-second penalty for Sprinter Giggles, and it is a safety car. A late safety car here in Montreal for the last 10 laps of the race. Wow. It's really put the likes of Lord Mojave, especially Keith, Clammy Kid, in good contention to get podiums. Lord for the win even. 10-second penalty for Oreo Cat for corner cut, for exceeding track limits, sorry. Oscar Piastri is going to lead the way. Has he already gone? He's already gone early. He went really early, going into turn 11 and 12. Cuts the corner a bit by looks of it. I don't know if that's going to be a warning. But he's going to really try and run away here now. He's going to try and build 3 seconds, especially to Lord Mojave, who's the only one without a penalty. At this rate, I believe it is only going to be I know he still gets. He's going to get P3 at the P1 at the moment. Sorry. Just though, it's going to be real close. Maybe towards the end of the race. Who knows what is going to happen? As by looks of it, yep, Com United has box again, and he has box to retire. That is really unfortunate here. As the V-Cubs are right behind each other. Uh-oh, is Piastri backing up his teammate? This is not going to be good if he is. Keith has overtaken Quasi, go up into P3 on track. Piastri still holds the lead over Guga. Keith is in P3. Oh, sorry, I'm on leader. I completely forgot about that. Hold on. Oscar Piastri picks up another 3-second time penalty. That is really going to hurt him. That puts Lord Mojave and Keith up into the hot seat for their P1. Maybe even Clemmy up into podium positions possibly. This is really spicy here at the end. As he's going to be under pressure from Apex. As Guga, is he going to make a move? He's going down the inside of his teammate Oscar Piastri to try and make a move into P1, sorry. There is contact between the two. Oscar Piastri gets the elbows and hits his teammate. What is happening over at V-Cup? Is Keith going to try and make a move on Guga? I don't know what is happening over at V-Cup towards these latter ends of the races. Elbows out. There is no team. With Guga picks up another 3-second time penalty, giving him 12 seconds. Guga, mate, you're washed. Oh, there is a V-Cup off. That is Oscar Piastri. He gets 10 seconds. His own teammate has given him 10 seconds worth of penalties. What is happening over at V-Cup as Keith is going to go down the inside of Guga. They touch. This is entertaining stuff here, folks. Oh my my god, Sprinter Giggles gets another 3-second time penalty. Lord Mahavir is fighting away with Guga. Guga's going to push him wide and off the track, and he's spun it. He's had a half spin. Clemmy Kid moves up into P4. He waited and waited for that. Oh, what is happening here in Montreal? Lord Mahavir still no penalties. He's going to keep it. Guga, sorry, hits the wall, has to cut, and gets another 3-second time penalty. Oh my god. Apex another 3-second penalty, sorry, puts him off to 12 seconds. Holy, there's a lot of penalties coming out here in Montreal. Lord Mahavir gets a 3-second penalty. It is all to play for here. Now Guga pushes the white. Clemmy through goes Clemmy up into P3, which will be P2 at the end of the race. Keith is going to be P1 at this rate. Lord Mahavir gets another 3-second time penalty, and I believe someone has damage. I don't know who does. As I believe Clemmy Kid gets another in play. As Clemmy Kid's going to go down the inside, Lord Mahavir is struggling. Is Guga going to go around the outside? No, he doesn't. He keeps it there. What an end of the race. I don't know if there's been some games involved to get those penalties. We will find out at the end of the race. But as it stands, Keith will be P1, followed by Clemmy Kid, and then Lord Mahavir in P2. As he rams the end of... Lord, yeah, what are you doing? As we are, oh, sorry, I didn't realize it's the final lap of the race. Oscar Piastrico is going to come home in P1. Unfortunately, it is not going to stand, as he does have that 16-second penalty, as Keith does take P1. Sprinter Giggles is another 3-second penalty as he does cross the line. Apex moves up into P3, I believe, as well over the show. Clemmy moves up into P2. After that, he does still get a podium position, followed by Oscar Piastrico in P3. I don't know how it ended, unfortunately, but